I'm opposed to liquor by the drink because I've lived in Atlanta, and I don't want a bar on every street corner in our town, so I'm going to vote no.
It's Tuesday, June 25th, 2024, and this is Sketchworks NewsBrake. The news stops here. I'm John D. Babcock III, in for Brian Troxell, who's on assignment in France, and will be filing his report later on in the show. But first, the fake news. Israel's Minister of Finance told West Bank settlers that Israel has come up with a secret government plan to cement control of the West Bank once and for all. When one of the settlers asked if he should be speaking publicly about a secret government plan, the finance minister thought for a moment, then his eyes went wide, and then he ran away. So, no. The cargo ship that caused the Francis Scott Key Bridge to collapse 3 months ago has finally left Baltimore. The ship's crew is planning a worldwide tour of bridge crashes in order to keep their undefeated streak alive. Come on! The FDA has accused the dollar store chain of selling lead-tainted applesauce pouches over a period of months. But not to worry, everybody. Only poor kids eat those. The Democratic National Convention announced they will allow content creators to apply for press credentials alongside the actual press. So Vice President Harris can go from an in-depth interview with Leslie Stahl about unrest domestically and abroad, and then visit Mr. Beast, who will offer her $100,000 if she stays in her limo in an underground parking garage that's swarming with wild boars and heat for a period of 10 days. How long will she last? Find out August 22nd! Environmental activists stormed the 18th green at the PGA Travelers Tournament and dumped a powdery orange substance onto the course. Police officers tackled the 5 protesters and arrested them. In the process, they made the game of golf so much more exciting. Good grief. Come on, do we have more of that? It's time now for domestic news. In New York City, a man was recorded throwing furniture from the 20th floor of a building. His family came out and said that he is mentally ill, contrary to the police's original theory that he got into a fight with his couch. Those couches. In Seattle, police fired an officer for calling his Chinese neighbor various racist and sexist slurs while off duty. Police said the officer should have waited until he was on duty. Come on. Meanwhile, back in New York City, a beach held an event called Fat Beach Day for plus-size people. The event was well attended and sponsored by high fructose corn syrup. In Texas, an entire family of Taekwondo black belts saved a woman from being sexually assaulted, marking the first time that taking Taekwondo has ever paid off. Back in New York City, a man is on the loose after groping a teenage girl on a subway last week. It was the second creepiest thing to happen after Bill Belichick started dating a 24-year-old. Ugh. And now we go to Brian Troxell on assignment in France. Brian?
This is Brian Troxell reporting from Paris, France for Sketchworks NewsBrake, covering the 2024 Paris Olympics. And the word here is, they haven't started yet. Back to you, Babs.
Thank you, Brian. Speaking of the continent, Friday, Prince William took Prince George and Princess Charlotte to see Taylor Swift's Eras Tour at Wembley Stadium. Meanwhile, across town, 5-year-old Prince Louis went to see Danzig. That's who Louis's into. Tom Cruise attended Taylor Swift's concert Saturday night rather than attend his daughter's high school graduation. But in Tom's defense, the two are estranged. In the graduation program, Suri omitted her last name and replaced it with Pitt. Ironically, Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt will star in the upcoming film Negligent Dads, directed by Nick Cannon. At her concert in Amsterdam, Doja Cat was reportedly super frustrated at a wardrobe malfunction, which left the singer wearing practically nothing. What upset Doja the most is that people would confuse her for Bianca Censori. I don't know, look at those two. Much of the eastern seaboard of the United States is dealing with an extreme heat wave. A dome, what they're calling a dome of heat, just keeping everything on the eastern side of the United States in this dome of heat. Telling people, please don't go outside if you can't help it. Please stay indoors. Which is why we sent our own Tim Millard outside to tell us all about the heat. Tim?
that didn't make it any better. For Sketchworks NewsBrake, I'm Tim Allard.
And finally tonight, or today, or whenever you're watching, new research shows African elephants can call each other by responding to individual names by using low rumbling noises that can be heard at great distances. However, elephants still have not gained the ability to tell others, "Say hi to your mom for me." And that's all for Sketchworks NewsBrake. We will be back next week, and we hope you are too. Hopefully Brian will be. Until then, remember, we're halfway to Christmas.